Alright, the only thing to clarify is that even though this will be mostly focusing on the Switch version, it's not going to put too much attention to Bowser's Fury itself. It's kind of just being treated as its own separate thing, even though there might not even be much to talk about anyways. Anyway, aside from that, this is going to be a series as usual, so just make sure you have the next part ready on the playlist when this is all out. Anyway, let's get started with the tip of the Mario 3D World Iceberg. Switch changes. So when this was ported to the Switch, it received a number of improvements. I'd argue they all are. The most obvious one, of course, is the addition of Bowser's Fury mode, but we won't get too into that. Aside from that, they made stamps go from being monochrome to colored. They found this necessary due to the absence of Miiverse. And a big deal is that the game was not only given online multiplayer, but it was all sped up by about 30%. This made things more fun, flow better, and not only that, but there's a bunch of crazy things that players can do in this version that you can't do in the Wii U version. Symbol worlds. So usually, of course, worlds are numbered. However, 3D World gets a little bit fancy and spicy and personal with it, where while it does the conventional numbering system at first, eventually you'll start seeing worlds are just, well, symbols. It's not World 7, it's World Castle. It's not World 8, it's World Bowser. And then once you get to the bonus ones, it's World Star, and then World Mushroom and World Flower. Really makes me wonder how people explain and abbreviate and talk about these online and stuff. Coin Express. This is a kind of overly hidden level, you want to call it, in the game that you can get to by activating certain points on the world map. And once you get there, it's a overly fancy, extravagant, gold-colored train full of coins, hence the name. And you can collect a bunch here. Despite how extravagant it looks, you really probably don't get that many 1-ups here, at least not enough for it to be fully, meaningful. And not only that, but after that, it seems to disappear for a long time, making it such a baffling one-time thing. But it does respawn. However, the game never tells you how it respawns or when it will respawn or anything like that. You just have to go see it on your own. And the way it responds, that it comes back after completing 25 levels. Luigi Bros. This is a hidden minigame in the game itself. And what it is that it's just the original Mario Brothers, but with Luigi as a one-player mode, and then 2 players also Luigi, with the classic and modern color schemes. And it's a really neat little thing that a lot of people kind of forget or just don't realize that's in the game, because oddly the game never really tells you that you've unlocked it. It's just a little thing on the title screen that you might not even ever notice. I certainly didn't notice it for a long time, I admit it, and the way you unlock it is just simply by beating the game. Or, on the Wii U version, it comes to you automatically if you have save data of New Super Luigi U. Again, this is released the year of Luigi, so yeah. Lucky Bells and one-time items. So Lucky Bells are an item that don't appear until you get to the secret worlds. And what it is that, like the Metal Leaf and, or Statue Leaf in 3D Land and, the Tanuki Suit with past games, it's just an enhanced version of the cat suit. It comes with a neckerchief, and when you ground pound, you turn into a statue, and with how much air you get coins from it too, which is another bonus. However, despite not only exclusively appearing in the secret worlds, it's also only in 2 levels or so of all those. It's just such a rare secret hidden reward item that you barely get to see and probably forget about if you don't play the game for a while, although that Bowser's Fury uses it more exclusively alongside the regular Bowser, which is a bit funny. Not only that, but we'll talk about these a bit more later, but there's just other items and upgrades and such that only really appear, again, once or twice during this whole game, such as the ski shoe and, baseballs and stuff like that. And I think even the propeller, cube thingamajig, the propeller block, only appears about once in this game. I believe it was in 3D Land more often. Hidden Luigis. This was a big thing when the game first came out. Again, Year of Luigi, so they hid a bunch of 8-bit Luigis everywhere. You see them in all of the item houses and the grass on top of trees near exits, so they're just absolutely everywhere. I'm sure at least every level has one. Double cherries were a glitch. This is probably the most well-known piece of trivia for this game, being that the famous double cherries item, this came from a glitch where they were just simply playtesting the game as usual, then suddenly controlling two duplicates of the same player just happened on accident, and then they got the idea of, hey, this would be a fun mechanic to actually add for real. Gold stars. So, you know how when you get all the green stars in a level, it will show on the top of the flagpole at the preview that there's a green star there? Well, if you complete the level and specifically reach and touch the flagpole, it doesn't have to be the top, with every playable character, then you'll get a gold star, and these will appear before the game even really lets you know what's happening and why it's there, which makes it confusing at first, with the clear symbols only appearing once you've unlocked the crown world. And yeah, whether or not you consider this to be full, true 100% completion is kind of up to you. I don't know how speedrunners categorize it, if this is a category at all. And yeah, something that makes it unfair is that this is pretty easy with 4 players, or even just 2. You only have to do each level twice, but if you're playing the whole game on your own, have fun playing every level at least 5 times. Alphabetical credits. This is a small thing that's just kind of nice, is that the credits at the end of this game are listed in alphabetical order. It's not even organized on who did what. Until you get towards the end, where it goes into like localization stuff and all that, and the original Wii U stuff on the Switch version. And yeah, just a nice thing to kind of see everybody mixed in, just totally treated as like equally done. And I don't know, just to me really like sells out like the heart and fun of this game. Anyway, next up we're going underwater.